Good morning, friends. It's 7:45 and I'm heading off to a estate sale. I know. I told you that I don't go in the mornings, but this one actually said postcards on it. This is the first time that I've seen them advertise postcards at an estate sale, so I better get going. So let's start the car and head on down the road and see what we can find. Only there a half hour and I spent $213. So first of all, I got this cool box for $18 of these old ledgers and letters and books and all kinds of fun ephemera, and I don't know if there's anything in these, but we'll see. I got mini albums of postcards. You know, I didn't see any that really went, oh wow, I can't believe I got that one, but there's a lot of good ones here. Got a couple of books, another cookbook, a little utensil. Those are usually $1. I sell them for at least $3. That's probably going to be $5. Oh, and this I didn't show you in there, but they're matchbook covers and they're already done. So I think I'll be able to run them through my scanner. We'll see. Oh, this one was tickets. Yeah, I think one of these will pay for the whole book. And then a whole bunch of loose ones. These are $5 each. I just grabbed some. They had lots more, but you know, $5. And a lot of these have souvenir booklets, which is not my favorite. I'm thinking this is a reproduction. It looks too new. Yeah, I'm not going to attempt to take that out right now. I'll wait until I get home. Yeah, so anyways, that's what I got. I'm probably sweaty and disheveled. I'm hot. It's 77 degrees out at 9:30 and it's supposed to be 90s today. Anyways, I spent $213. I knew it was going to be a lot. Actually, the funny thing is, before this, I'm thinking, I'm going to do a spending freeze. I don't need to get anything else. And then they said postcards. And so, you know, this is probably going to be like my last hurrah for a while of sourcing. I'll probably come here on half price time if I have time to see if there's any left and any postcards left. So we'll see. But I think I got quite a few good things, and I'm really excited about those tickets of all things. I'm hot. I need to get something to eat because I used up a lot of my calories. So I think I'm gonna treat myself to a gluten-free apple cinnamon muffin. So at McCormick's. So let's get going. Okay, I misspoke. It's Stella's that I get these at. McCormick also has gluten-free options, but these, I love these. It is basically a cinnamon roll in a muffin, and it's gluten-free. For some reason, I can tolerate it. So anyways, I'm at Marketplace because I am going to stock it a little bit. And when I just sat down in my car, and after a while, I just got tired, and I felt like I was just running for a while, and all of a sudden I was just like, oh, I think I'm done for the day. And that's one of the reasons why I don't go on the first day to these sales, because it's so stressful. I mean, there was like a line out the driveway by the time they opened. They did open a little early, but when I went in, I asked one of the people there, do you know where the postcards are? And they said, oh, I believe they're downstairs. And so she showed me downstairs. So I don't do stairs a lot because of my knees and stuff. And So I went downstairs. They weren't there, so I'm going up. And then they were upstairs in an office. Luckily, there wasn't anyone looking at it. So it really didn't do me any good to show up that early because of that. Unless it would take me that long anyways. There were people coming in after. There was one person looking at them. And she, later on, she took a couple books and she said, you said you liked postcards. Are you interested in these? I don't want them. So I actually got first crack at all of them. The ones I left behind were the ones with international ones, and there were some books that weren't, they maybe had just very few postcards in them. All of the albums were just different amounts, and I was really tempted to take more of those bags, but you know, I didn't have the time to look through them, and I don't want to be greedy because I know that there's other people who would love to have some too. So I got what I wanted. I got first crack at them. It was fun to see all of the ones that are there, and I got a few extras, so I'm happy with the day. So I'm gonna eat this now. I'm already unwrapping it. Yeah, I love these. It's, oh yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna enjoy, and I'll see you later. So I'm back home, changed my clothes and everything. I guess I had lunch. So I had a chance to peek through stuff. I don't think I'm going to do an unboxing of all the stuff like I mentioned before. I just want to share a few highlights. And just a note, a lot of these albums are on those sticky albums where they have the adhesive on, and I started to see how secure those were. And most of the albums, the postcards are popping right off. There are a couple that are a little more challenging, so I'm going to use heat and dental floss for those. So, but that's a project for another day. But anyways, I wanted to let's see a couple highlights of what I found so far. I'm hot, so if you can't tell from my face, I want to be in this picture. It's a real photo postcard of it looks like toboggan or bobsled. I found this one, just an army postcard. I had to pull this one out. You know, it's a sheep. This is from a real photo from Olympic Stadium. I will have to translate. There is a whole bunch of World's Fair ones. And I've got a few real photos, some ships. Here, hold them up here and take them out so you can see. There were a lot more real photos. I just took out a sampling. So now this is, of course, what I've suspected. It's a reproduction, but I have recently sold a reproduction, and it clearly said it in the listing. So I, you know, that was probably $4 or $5. These tickets are pretty good. I mean, we've got Disney. And the nice thing is that they just use these tabs. They didn't glue them on. They had some tobacco labels or cigar labels, but they had glued them on to the paper. We got NASA Kennedy Space Center, Barnum and Bailey's, Cypress Gardens. This person kept about every ticket. I mean, you've got baggage claim tickets. He has a page of bus tickets. Here's United Nations admission. Ohio Lottery. I'm assuming that one wasn't the winner. Here's a bunch of SeaWorld. We've got Astros program or ticket here. There's some Daytona 500 stuff. This is just one of the pages here. And that is 1988. Oh, we got a free gift. What is it? More tickets. I could just use the envelope. The last page is this. So we've got some lottery and a Disney ticket. I paid $15 for this album, and in that box of stuff that I got, there were some file folders and such, and they were each full of ephemera. And here's a couple things I just wanted to show you. There's a War Department envelope. There's a whole bunch of letterhead and letters and telegrams, receipts, all kinds of things. I found another marriage license, so I'm going to be looking for the people. I don't really want to sell marriage license. I like to get it back to the ancestors. I have contacted somebody for the last marriage license I found. I haven't heard back from them, so I think I'm going to go on to the next person. This was really cool. I found an abstract. It's for Yellowstone County, which is where Billings is. This neighborhood. So it's for 160 acres, so a half section, I think. And then lastly, I found this book, and this is a pocket ledger, and it has places, you know, for you to put addresses in it. But what caught my attention was the first page, and it says February 13th, 1943, Tom called to the Army, Camp Shelby, Mississippi. And then May 13th, 1943, so these both happened on the 13th. Jay called to the Army Camp Grant, Illinois, and then the other camps that he was at. And then it tells when they came home on furlough. Mom had a nervous breakdown on September 29th, 43. Took her to Miles, which is Miles City, I assume. Came home November 30th, 1943. That poor man. Here his 2 sons went, and his wife has a breakdown that fall, and she doesn't get home till after Thanksgiving. And then Laura May left for Portland. Maybe that's their daughter. Then 1941, Tom in California working with Andy, so he must be out. 42, Jay is in Miles City working at somebody's station. And then when they're discharged, Jay discharged 1945. Tom discharged on, doesn't say. And then Jay died August 1946. And the funeral was in September. So just those brief 3 pages in here tells a lot of story, a lot of heartbreak, a lot of difficulties. Get a glimpse into that, what our nation has gone through to have freedom, which we take for granted. I take it for granted, yes, too much. That's just one of the things, and there's a lot more to look through. This kind of is one of those treasures, unexpected treasures. Oh, one note is that I had really considered going back to the sale afterwards and buying the rest of the postcards in the $5 packs. But then I thought, no, I need to trust my instincts that there was a lot of them that had the low-valued stuff that, I have enough. But there was a reason why I said no to them at the moment, and I just have to trust that instinct. And then if they are meant for me, they will be there. Otherwise, somebody else will enjoy those, I am sure. But I think I got a really good lot of stuff, and I spent more than I wanted to, but like I said, I'm probably not going to be sourcing again until the fall. So I've got plenty of stuff to sell and to go through and to enjoy. So let me know what you think, and what would you have done? Would you have gone back and got the rest of the postcards, or are there other stuff in there that you would have gotten? Let me know, and thank you for watching, taking this journey with me, and have a joyful day. Goodbye. Surprise, it's me again. Another wardrobe change, although all these shirts are blue. I guess I like blue. Okay, so I did go back on Half Price Day, and most of the postcard albums and a lot of the $5 packs were still there. So obviously nobody else was interested in the postcards. Maybe I didn't need to get there early, but you never know. And they said, if you want to take the rest, we'll make a deal with you. And so I brought him up, and when we went to checkout, there's probably like 5 or 6 albums left, and they're $20 each normally, and then there's like the half a box of the $5 packs, so it's probably at least another $100 there. And he said, make any offer, I will accept it. And I'm like, okay, it's Half Price Day, I'll just throw out a number and we can bargain. I said $50. And he said, how about 40? So I got all of the rest for $40. This is one of the boxes, because I've extracted most of them from the albums. And then I have this one, and I started to sort into the different categories. So I'm guessing I've got about 1,500 postcards, because one of these takes about 700 in here. And then I've got 2 of these, and that one box is bigger. That's a lot of postcards for 100. Well, so let's say about $2.40 for 1,500 postcards. So it comes to 16 cents a postcard, which is pretty good, I think. So there are a couple albums that I didn't take the postcards out. This one was a $5 album, and it has a lot of Russia in there, real photo postcards. But these postcards I think they might have glued them in, because I'm having trouble getting them out. I figured it's not worth the effort for it. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sell the album as is. And since it was only $5, if I put this in my booth for $20, it should go. And then this one, again, this was the nice holiday ones in here. And there's some interesting cards in this one, but again, these are really in there. They might have glued them in because I wasn't able to get them up, and I don't want to risk ruining them by getting them up, and maybe they're only worth $5 or $10 each. So I'm again going to just sell the album as it is, and if it's in the booth, people know, they can see and touch that how the postcards are in, how secure they are. Whereas on an eBay auction, they might get it and say, this is a stupid album because I can't get the postcards out. So those were some extra postcards that I didn't count in my 1,500, which is, I'm guessing this is probably another 50 between the two. But it's going to take me a couple months to list all those, so more inventory. But I'm pretty excited, and who knows if there's some treasures in there that are valuable because it came from one person's collection, as opposed to a picked over lot or something of a dealer. So you never know what's going to be in there and what's going to be treasures. And a lot of them, there's a lot of real photos from international, and I've been doing okay with international postcards. And thanks for watching all the way to the end, and I hope you have a joyful day. Goodbye.